أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مديت سلطان الأولياء مديت سلطان الأنبياء مديت محمد Mustafa Ya Shah Mardan. Welcome to this channel once again. Today on Fire Ruqya Talisman, how cleansing works. It was asked to me quite a lot. People get more and more interested in that. Cleansing from demons, from demonic attachments, from parasites, seen and unseen. Mainly we will talk on Fire Ruqya Talisman, right? So this topic is of course to be handled very carefully, I would say, right? Because if we cleanse too much, so we have these entities, when we are in this world living around us, in us, they say that the devil, the shaitan, is in the bloodstream, right? This has to be cleansed very carefully. And many of the practitioners, I mean, there are so many, it's like crazy, right? But there are also those practitioners who say to you, if you have something around your neck and there is Allah's name on it, they say, oh, take it away. Like, from what are you cleansing us? Are you cleansing us from Allah's names? I don't know, right? Anyhow, so we have to take care, of course, what's going on and things like that. And this is not only in the Sufi tradition, that can be also in other traditions, right? That there are some question marks. Anyhow, I don't want to talk about what other people do, but what is, in my opinion, the correct way. Because when we have something, like we have a house, and there is something in it, right? Okay, now we do a cleansing. So this one is expelled, right? It's expelled. But of course, it wants to come back, right? Because it's also has been living there for years or decades. If it's like a family entity, it might have been living there for hundreds of years. Those are ancient and strong entities, right? So it will come back. And especially if it's that ancient one, it's like big, right? And it's deep, right? Strong. So that's why actually, in my understanding, how I learned it, is you have to make the protection first, right? Then this one cannot come back. Okay? That's the first thing to consider here. So we can do fire talismans, also different sizes. I will now drop a video here of the last one I did, and also of different intentions, right? So many people prefer to have talismans for the house or something like that, but then there is also the topic of having the fire talismans, because the fire talismans, they accelerate things quickly. Like within 6 to 7, 8 days, it's said that there is the peak of the manifestation, and then like it's a domino, things start falling into their place. And the fire talismans, they can be done in different also intentions, like we are now talking on the cleansing part. I'm giving out this info also for people to understand, but also for people who are getting practitioners through my courses or things like this, to deepen their knowledge, and also maybe as a reminder, right? So these talismans can be done, of course, for different intentions, for abundance, for cleansing, for guidance, because all of that then will bring us to the mustaqim, the path, the straight path, inshallah, of our lives, yes? And as we know, everyone has their own mustaqim. All the ways lead to Rome, they say. All the ways lead to Allah. So, then, of course, we have to say there can be many layers. because maybe we got rid of this one inhabitant here, which is this is like also now in the house. That can be inside, in the blood, in the subconsciousness, in the muscular, in the gut. They can live on all that things. So then, okay, maybe we got rid of this one, but then we realized, okay, the person who got the ruqya, for example, they realized, okay, now I am quite fine, I'm okay. But the thing is, we as humans, we are beings of habits. So we get quickly used to a very certain situation. Yes, by the way, our program's still going here, the Sufi bots, right? Still hitting the targets, right? Whatever. We get used to a certain situation, so this one is now gone, okay? Elvis has left the building, right? So we are free a little bit more, we can breathe. But then after 1-2 months, the thing is, okay, if the protection is not done correctly, it may come back. So people will think, okay, what is this? This is one point, that this can come back. Then the second point is that we get used to it. And this is for everyone to observe on their own. Right? We get used to the situation. And then we can like expand our consciousness. And then we see there is something in the underground, right? Maybe even more. Yes. If you level up, you know. They say ants, they have ant enemies. And then you have elephants, they have elephant enemies, right? I don't know if elephant has an enemy, but you got my point, I hope, right? These are totally different realms. Or lions have lion enemies, right? So that's that. And then one thing I always say, I have to repeat it more often, when the city also, this is not about deeper cleansing, but also because we grow, right? We want to grow as a human. As the city grows, once again, we have to increase the city walls. This is the protection again, right? Because maybe when we expel these two, they will have also double power to go through the walls. So this is the basic idea of ruqya, right? Now it's good to have like for a talisman on a constant level, because okay, now you go somewhere and you pick something up, yeah. It comes maybe also through other ways. Again, protection is very important, but as long as we are living in this world, like we will pick something up, yeah. The more protection we have, the less we pick up. But that is like even the prophets, peace be upon them, they picked things up, so they had to do the cleansing, which is the istighfar, on a constant basis, right? So this is one of the points. To make istighfar is one point of cleansing. Then we have certain names of the 99 names which are specified for cleansing. And yes, they can be very heavy. So people can, for example, hit 70,000 istighfar in 1, 2, 3 weeks, whatever, or 3 months, and they may fall ill. That is the thing. Because now something is missing here. Or they had headache or something. Something is missing here. That can result, if it's done very good and very correctly, and people, alhamdulillah, give me that feedback, that when I do the fire talisman on them, they feel like this peace. But if there is something, or maybe too strong inside, there can also arise these detox symptoms, right? Okay, I don't want to make this video too long. So let's, because this is a whole, as you see, it's a whole alchemy here, right? So when you have a talisman that is, or around your neck in a case, which is not a fire talisman, that can cleanse you on a constant basis. It's not like as flashing and as strong as the fire talisman, but that can cleanse you on a constant level. like drop by drop, because the ruhaniyat, the angelic entities, come through these names and squares, which are written with the right materials and the right times. All that, if you want to go deep in that, take the courses, right? And if you just want to level up, yeah, your life, get the talisman. You can order it here or somewhere else, doesn't matter. There are many practitioners. I mean, anyhow, you have to know. You have to know. I'm not saying anything. So it will constantly clear something. So even if something manages to come through, a cleansing talisman, you have it, right, in your house. It will expel these things quickly. And quickly means, because you may have to make the observations. Maybe you go somewhere and you pick up the energy and it stays for you 1 month. Or it stays for you 1 week. And then you have the talisman, for example, and it stays for you maybe 1 day or 1 hour. It depends also then on the situation, the strength, and so on. Right? So we have that. These are also characteristics, of the character of the person cleansing the bad character. There are so many archetypes then, right? To make a cleansing. Yeah, because we can say these are entities, these are demons, but these are also the egoic attachments or archetypes or things we cling to. And especially then, of course, it can be very heavy to cleanse this. Yeah, so at the end, we talked about istighfar, we talked about all these things. Now I'm just going to drop a square, which I find very potent. It's the A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. Whoo! Square, right? Which is also, I found, like, if I advise to people always, they want to, especially men, right? I don't know about women, but they want to step back a little bit. And I don't want to talk about this topic too much because there are so many points of view on that. But how it's called? To have less, I want to formulate it very eloquently here, to have less okay, I don't get the word right now. Wet thoughts, right? How it's you know what I mean. Then use that and use the recitation of that. And this is much more powerful than istighfar, right? And also for that, especially the name Bar can be used. So I'm going to drop the square for that here. So it's 5, 3, 6, 7. Oh, sorry. Five, 3, 8, 5, 3, 9, 5, 4, 0, 5, 4, 1, 5, 4, 2, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 4. Yeah, and let's add it up with the name Bar, which is Allah's name, the good one. So what that means, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, for those who don't understand Arabic, I seek refuge from the cursed devil. And we can add that Bar. B, Ra, Ra. It's 2 by 2. It's actually 2 squares. This is very powerful for those who want to write it. I'm not going to go into the sharafs and the things, because even I tell you the exact times. In my experience, I tell even some of my students they cannot do it. So this has to be done in a constant work. But new moon time is good enough. Let's put it like that. You can make one, write it, and you can make one and burn it, right? So like, subscribe for more occult, mystic stuff. Keep the beats moving. See you in the next video. And once again, if you have any things you want to go into the journey, you want a talisman, see the description below. The courses are on the homepage, but the talismans you still have to order through me, right? So, salams, have a nice Rajab Mubarak, and see you in the next video. Salams.